We're less likely to see the death balling style that they were playing at times as well, over towards the B bomb side, A bomb side as well. So I'm curious about how that really translates through for GODSENT. It is a map that they really like.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think there's anything in this veto that I think comes as a surprise coming into this series, but I will commend OG for the fact that, you know, in the previous showings we've seen from them, they've always brought forward a very scrappy affair, and they bring teams there with them, even if they've got structure, even if they have plans. OG are constantly disrupting, and they're going to have to do much of that on this T side. I want to see good opening starts from this squad, lest they go down with a whimper. Mirage, they're picking the series, and on the attack, we have two sets of utility for Flames and niko, respectively. It's all about where they deploy it. Some presence over towards that A bomb site, top side connector smoke, and Fiku just left on alert. The rest of the squad grouped up at B.
Fiku's getting very exploratory. He's not going to be spotted now, but does actually see the player back towards CT. He's taking the peek, but he's getting no info beyond the CT presence. And that might be OG leaning into believing it's an B-sided stack with a spotting player back on CT, and that'll be the wrong call. OG misread this. They're going back to the meat grinder.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Fiku spotted. I think there was a shadow there from Draken over towards Triple. I don't think he's any the wiser that there's an extra player trying to play with inside of the site. So yeah, they're funneling right into Joel's dualies, and he's got armor to boot.
He's very happy about this one as they start to swing out over. OG's not even really expecting a play to be under Palace. They're not looking out for it. Flashbang's good, but Fiku and Neofrag have got the entries they need to keep it down and out. Plopsky and Rusty all that's left, and they do find the bomb planter, but Plopsky's fumbled the bag with the USB shots that he was permitted, but can't land any of them.
Well, that looked like it was kind of set up for the exact defense there from GODSENT. Three players in the right spots just couldn't do anything to slow things down. OG got a lot of room, and the rotates couldn't do too much to thin the herd before the site was taken. So it looked like the wrong call, but end up with the kills. It all doesn't matter. Force buy right back. This is what jump-started the CT side success on Inferno for this GODSENT squad. Not gonna happen this time. Joel caught through the smoke, and Draken as well tagged up, chased down by the dualies of niko. And already these two entries secure a bomb plant a day.
I think the Jaws music when niko's going out. That's an interesting skin as well. Okay. I just saw like red eyes staring at me for a second when he pressed inspect, thinking, what's going on here?
Yeah, there's funnily enough a couple Mac 10s with eyes on it. There's another one, Propaganda. Also has kind of a similar thing. This one's more of an anime-inspired version of it.
You got some Sharingan madness going on there? I don't know.
Others with red eyes, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know. The first one that came
with the most popular one, that's fair.
Okay. I get credit for the weaves. Yes. I don't know why. I love anime.
Friendly fire. And to speak of, only one casualty in 2 rounds. Building money is nice here for OG. And they'll treat this one as a bonus because, well, Force Buy from GODSENT accomplished a whole lot of nothing. 2 players with armor. That can still be a threat, but OG right now dismissing any chances in these opening segments. Same mid take. niko over towards the front side of the connector. That smoke will not deter him from firing off some shots, but there is a player that has inserted themselves inside the underpass. It just won't matter considering the most of their presence is over at A, and the double headshots are lovely. niko as well flanking through window. He jumped up through that bench. While Plopsky got his 1 kill, got his hands on a Galil, it will ultimately result in nothing. These players are low. Like, he can go for damage here, and they've got to buy around the corner as well. So that's all about... I mean, that's the target here for Plopsky in this situation.
I'm surprised that more players don't follow the amount of team damage that was done accidentally.
I actually don't think there was team damage. It looked very close.
Really? I thought maybe I just got confused.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't pretend like I'm 100% certain, but either way, 4 players alive, albeit by the skin of their teeth. That bank is looking healthy. Up for Draken. And again, we're gonna see the differences in how they elect to take these peaks. I feel like characteristically, you know, Draken or Dexter's rather where Draken was when Draken was on the rise. You know, just Dexter's been far more consistent at hitting those sort of shots that you're supposed to hit.
I feel like you're either underrating Dexter or overrating Draken. One or the other.
It was a different time.
Okay, we're going to have the conversation afterwards, because right now words are being minced up right with the players. Dexter and company need to start dropping down soon. Util is there. Will not matter. ZTR down to the straight bullet, and Rusty's still fighting back from the bomb side. Good for 1, can't get 2. Back to the 2-on-2, but Flopsky's here in time, and Joel adds his name to the conversation. First round on the board for GODSENT.
Riflers hold, and a successful one over at B. OG tried to change the pace up and move in quick. Of course, the fact that they still had an SMG, or rather they had these sort of suboptimal weapons, not having full AKs out, for example. Just trying to throw a spanner in the works, and as well going in with that buy. GODSENT were always going to have utility to sort of counteract it. That's one of the advantages by going with a 4th round gun round. Still, OG tried to cheat past it. Been so fixated on middle in the opening rounds. We thought GODSENT wouldn't have as much pressure there, but good way to break the ice.
Oh.
Well, an opening kill onto Plopsky, and Joel finds nothing to trade right back. Cannot feel too happy about that early exchange.
Look at how much pressure Joel is just putting onto them. He's got no real backup either. Draken's not in a position where he can like help out with a flashbang or anything like that unless he gets significantly more aggressive, which he does now, but now Joel is right back up on top of the scaffolding.
DTR spot is quite tricky as well, but they've lent over fully towards that A-bomb site. GODSENT not retaining many Molotovs. A B-side hit, if OG went for it, would be the right call, but they're running right into the stack.
Might have the firepower to deal with it regardless, but Joel positioning forward. Fiku jump up, finds a kill. That's ridiculous. Draken straight it on, and only good for the 1. GODSENT. I mean, they've got to be thanking the gods for that one. Rather than OG. God damn it. These two teams.
Yeah, I mean, thanking them. They're going to be pissed. That's a ridiculous way to win a duel.
I'm reeling. I'm reeling from that one. Well, looked like they put themselves in a great position for it as well, but no, not quite.
Yeah, it's not as that. I want to say this happened in the NIP game with Cloud9.
We've definitely seen it within this qualifier. I'll give you that.
I remember Berlin getting jumping headshot in kind of a similar fashion.
It was Axel who found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. That he got the one down from Mirage as well.
And then I think Nafany got another one inside of toilets. Yeah. There's a lot of jumping shooting in that game for some reason. And it resulted in kills.
All the Valve devs just been looking at CS2 for so long, they're forgetting we still got a few more months of this. Yep, gotta make sure we're fine-tuning.
Listen, man, bullets gotta go somewhere. And sometimes they connect to the head, other times, and most times, they don't. We live on confirmation bias on instances like that. Still a heartbreaking round to lose. They had the right call. They were right there to meet OG. They just couldn't do anything to stop it. As well, going into this round, the A1S brought over is already found its impact. ZTR finding flames, and that is a big man to deal with.
I want to find a new owner.
It could do. The armor's not going to do a lot for him.
Niko's left him barely any HP, but he has at the very least guaranteed his safety away. Jump up as well. The Eagle's going to be peeking forward. Joel says goodbye and good night. That is another recoverable rifle. So 4 on 3, 2 rifles. You know, you're thinking about it in the back of your mind. Dexter has to be careful that the back of his mind isn't spilt across the floor. Let's get fancy.
Yeah, smooth moves from ZTR as well to transition in towards the ladder room, but Dexter's already holding for any sort of short side pressure. Question is about whether or not they actually contested this one. Silent drop there from ZTR is nice. Just wanting to escape with the rifles that they still have in their hands. These pistols can still reinvestigate. You know, Draken on that scout could look to do some more damage, but they're trying to contain them within the blast radius. Make this as expensive as possible for OG.
Yeah, no one's really going to be... Oh. Never mind.
I think Dexter actually would have been fine if he tucked in
if
the corner
he
alongside his
hadn't
teammates.
gone back to the door.
Yeah, I think he underestimated how much damage that was going to do. Easy to forget, you know. Maps like Nuke in the pool, you can sit on the same bomb site and you can blow up and it's fine. Whereas, you know, maps like Ancient, you have to get so far away.
I know this is a dumb ask, but I do kind of wish that at least the bombs looked different. Just so you know, oh, well, this one looks like it's going to make more damage on me.
It's going to pack a punch.
Yeah. Maybe like a danger sign for some of the bigger ones like Inferno.
Yeah. Packing a hell of a punch was Rusty on Inferno, funnily enough, and he's instigated in this round. Niko has been able to get through mid so many times over, but Dexter a counter kill, equalizing the affair almost instantly. A little delay, sure, but there is no way in which GODSENT can hunt down an extra frag, and nor are they that interested in it. Smoke spam is solid, and Dexter took a lot of damage as well, almost as collateral. So an advantage found here for GODSENT, in which they can split a little bit more comfortably into a 2-and-2 split. They know that mid has been compromised, and retaking that would require too many resources, ones that they do not have. They've got a smoke, a couple of flashes, and a Molotov. There's a full execute that could be lined up on OG. The problem will be that they don't have smokes. Gotta be careful if you're CTR. Dexter is a predator waiting around the corner.
So far, he's been able to find his prey every single time. ZTR, though, Dexter is gone, and now with the smoke down, it's Flames all alone. 25 seconds. He knows he probably just wants to go for it and see what damage he can find, but that grenade doesn't do anything at all. Now, if he found the kill on the Draken, then you can imagine him at least trying to go for the 1v1 on the bomb site to see if he can get the bomb prod down. Saving is a priority for him, though. Too little lost one is to really chuck this one away for free.
Yeah, it should be a 1400 kind of round, so... He dies after time, though. That does suck. Actually, sucks quite a lot, because now he can not come into this round with an AK. Let someone drop him, but they won't make that compromise. Someone would have had to skimp on head armor, which is important to have against CTs, albeit, you know, given the arsenal that they've acquired themselves, might not have been as crucially important. A double AWP setup, and this is Joel, that secondary AWPer, rearing its head. A little pressure over on A. Plopsky has to deploy his smoke. They just crept up contact on the OG squad. And they've taken a lot of ground for it. GODSENT were very fixated on trying to address this mid-control that's been a consistent nuisance. Dexter cannot punish the top side of the smoke, but Flames, unsuspecting that he pushes forward. That's bomb spotted and dropped. Niko needed that kill to alleviate some pressure, but Rusty's still fighting tooth and nail. Fiku answers back. A double kill on this bomb site where the bomb can actually be reacquired. They just need to try and wait for time.
Oh my
That
God!
flick from Draken is nice and quick, barely spotting Fiku around the top side of that smoke, but they're still so detached here on OG. OG, and there's so much time left on this clock that they can re-divert, but they're cut off from actually going through T-spawn safely.
Joel knows what's going on overhead. Dexter's made plenty of noise. Joel knows the angle as well, but he's missed a shot. Dexter, what is he? Huh? He hits one just as absurd as what Draken got, maybe more.
Oh no. Oh dear. It was all looking good here for GODSENT, but now they have to split up. They've got to at least respect that they could re-divert over towards B. ZTR not fully committing to it. Smoke down, a flash as well. They start to show their presence, but Dexter's still going towards A. This is dangerous. This is a massive risk, but GODSENT are fully convinced that it has to be B.
And bomb's down now. ZTR can't cross over. The bomb can be planted, but Draken's the only one nearby to try and deny it. It's not going to be given up to him. If he went for the wallbang, maybe an opportunity, but Dexter instead fades. Dexter! Insanity will pursue! Everywhere he goes, it just seems to be shot after shot that he cannot miss, and now seeking and finding solace back in A main. He only has to wait for the bomb tap and defuse to come through. Now ZTR crawling back, will be leaning back into it. Another tap on the bomb. Still no commitment. Dexter cool as a cucumber. And I do not know how he gets those shots. Honestly, every single moment that you can doubt him, Dexter comes back and bites in with ferocity.
Such good awareness as well. Understanding that that flank could have been compromised. That was the kill that opened up the round, and, you know, they took some gambles in there, just playing on the minds of GODSENT, considering there was so much presence on A, only for everything to go quiet. The kill to CT is merely the cherry on top. A critical clutch. And Dexter dominance. Fiku taken down to low HP. Tags were good. Nade will finish off the job. Rusty on this side alone, but reinforcements is coming quick. Molotov could siphon ZTR off, and yeah, he can't commit out from market. Joel is still on short, and Flames is finished off, but Dexter pinning him in position. Neofrag can just hunt down that frag, and getting a secondary as well. Quick transfers, and Dexter continuing to deliver another 3K here for OG. They are running away here on this T side.
Joel could not afford to be found out like that over there. Unfortunately, this wasn't supposed to be up in the cards for him, but Neofrag, great shots to be able to seal out the round, and 7-2, OG are running away with Mirage. It's like Inferno never even happened. And I have to say, Mirage has always been one of the maps for OG consistently. No matter who's IGLing them, no matter what's going on, they have consistently looked very good on this map. A lot of it comes back down to Dexter. A lot of it comes back down to the fact that their riflers all seem to be very good, be it in the early rounds or late rounds. So you've got yourself some real upset power on this map pretty much every single time.
Yeah, Niko's the newly fledged in-game leader as well. Pretty good on this map. Pretty good in general, really, but shouldering that extra responsibility can take a hit on any player's performance. Well, can GODSENT get it done on pistols? They've again called the right stack. This hasn't helped them in some of the previous outings. If we look back at the pistol round, we look back at that 4-on-5 that they had on the site. There are 5 quick correspondents after the utility sales out. Molotov not going to land inside the underbalk, so they can sit here pretty comfortably, and they don't know that this was still exposed. ZTR 1 kill, but they have to fully clear it. Do they expect 3?
Surely not. Surely not. Even if they get another one, they're not going to be expecting a third to be here. Rusty has a real chance, but Plopsky finding another kill makes it even more difficult. Rusty's been set up for the entire round. It rests on his shoulders. Every single member of his team has died to enable that one frag.
I think it's hard as well. They knew that he was still alive. He had to be the one that died if they wanted to have this play out exactly as it sort of called to. They had everybody in position on that site. Rusty already got 1 kill, so he was always going to be a missing person, someone that was in the back of the minds of OG. You keep tabs on who killed you, and if they are not found, you know that they're nearby. So the reaction almost instant there from niko, even though, you know, shots were missed. You had to come off the ladder, try and adapt. He tried to save his teammate. But he would have been checked for. He almost certainly would have been cleared for, understanding that he was somewhere on A. But yeah, a miss that will certainly linger on your mind. Came down to a one-on-one. Trades were good.
Oh, beautiful shot from Draken coming out, getting aggressive, straight down middle. niko's gone. Looking much better than he did on Inferno. Save for the last minutes. If not for Dexter having just the crazy game that he has had so far, we would certainly be talking a bit more about Draken's impact in a few of these rounds.
Yeah, super consistent Dexter so far in both maps. Feels like this guy just has the attitude, has the ego, and I mean that in a good way, you know, to challenge a lot of these fights and you know, just trust that he'll hit the shot, and he has been, so. An AWPer that many touted, many questioned where he would end up. OG was not on most people's minds, but found a good home and has been a consistent piece for them ever since his signing. Now, creeping con play, they do smoke off to allow access towards this A site, but again, there's 3 players here for GODSENT. Draken's already thinned the herd much further. Plopsky blinded by the flash, and Joel cleared for... Wow, for that flash did a whole lot of work, and Draken also ends up empty-handed. He already collected on 2 kills, couldn't ask for much more, but every other player has fallen around him. Not much you can do here if you're rusty, but if they do not consider the flank, maybe there's a chance.
Yeah, shout out to Neofrag. He's been hitting the Nard out here videos. What a flashbang coming out here. Actually, it might be the other way around. I'm telling you, give it 30 minutes. Nard's going to be out with a video about, I found this flash from Neofrag on Mirage thrown by OG. He used it to blind 3 players on the bomb side.
Yeah. One of those... Or one of those Reddit tutorials that tells you that this is the one flash you need to blind all positions. Even though it almost certainly doesn't blind all positions. It's impossible, actually.
Yes, Michael, thanks for killing everyone's joy. Now go tell the kids Santa Claus isn't real.
It's a good flash, you know. I'm not pretending like it wasn't a good... It's just, you know, it's not... Don't claim it to be something it's not. Have your fun, but be truthful while doing it.
Santa's dead, kids.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, metaphorically. He doesn't exist. Rusty's hoping that he can find some people who are dead, but not metaphorically, by the hands of his gun in a video game. Joel, Molotov, spread it out towards him. They're going to know exactly where he is, but he wants to get aggressive rather than defensive, and in that aggression, his head's been taken off.
Well, niko, oh my god, that is just the freest kill, and it's ultimately 0 damage. I don't know what's happened. niko had some evasion, no true strikes here for ZTR. See if he can get a second crack at it. That top con smoke, it's fading soon, so ZTR doesn't want to hang around. They even smoke off the top side of connector, and well, what can you do? Draken tanking a nade. Had armor, so it didn't do quite as much damage, but the further ZTR peels back, the more room OG have to work off of. They're going to start peeling out from the connector, and ZTR ends up empty-handed. Plopsky on a flank already, but Dexter might be the only sitting duck. I think a step made by his teammate just trying to link up with Plopsky. Starts to consider it, but Plopsky finds him and gets his hands on that AWP.
Looked like he might have even paid up for the flashbang. Deagle now pulled out, knows there's a player close by, and he doesn't want to go for the same no-scopes that Dexter's been pulling off. Fiku, gotta be careful. Readjusts into a slightly more elevated position. Call's been given up to Draken as well, but niko with a flank on the flanker. Well... No, what? No, God, Michael, I feel like I need to get my eyes tested or something. Why am I thinking that he's in a ramp? What is going on with me?
There was a lot of weird positions being held there over on A ramp, but it's all well and good. It's all fine. OG, some panic stations in a couple of rounds. You know, that anti half buy now as well. Kind of a similar circumstance here from GODSENT. They bring it to 2, and when Polster got his hands on an AWP, it really could have gone completely upside down. niko fully spammed up. ZTR, I think he made the short jump. Got there nice and quick to contest that slight gap in the cross smoke.
Yeah,
Didn't let niko evade him this time.
Oh, Dexter inside the smoke. He's so flagrant. It's going to be crucial. Fiku finds Flopsky. Joel now has to turn his attention away, but it's such a long spray. He looked like he might have been given time to actually reset into the gun as well, but Fiku down and Joel save. Draken covers off Connector. Second peek to come through, but it's a bit late. Joel is there to cover off Neofrag's cross regardless. Third round on the board for GODSENT.
A cleanly one at that. You know, only losing 1 for their efforts. They'll take that. Right now. This is where we need to see a resurgence here from GODSENT. Right in the here and now. 10 already on this T side. Feels like 1 too many. And am I talking about clean rounds? I counted 1 too few.
Because it goes 1, 2, 3, not 1 too few. Common mistake. But yeah.
A slip of the tongue, but almost a slip and fall to your death there from Draken. Spammed up by that Deagle to 6 HP, but there is no kill found.
Oh! Yeah, Joel was just not aware. Neofrag switches out back towards the AK as well. The grenade's going to do barely anything. I think just breathes on him, pretty much. And the bomb can make its way back over to the A-bomb site. There's still plenty of space to maneuver around, and I don't know if Fiku's aggressive position is going to be anticipated for Draken himself. Can't really try and fight back too hot him either. His utility is going to be the biggest key to what the rifles can actually get sorted. In the meanwhile, Fiku still keeps ETR at bay, now brought down low with another stray Deagle shot. Here, Frank's AK. Yet to move through, yet to commit, will be going on the perfect timing. Rusty is gone, 3 on 2, 29 HP amongst a lot of them. And Fiku's covering off the bomb plant. ZTR shoulder spotted, Fiku's traded, but it will not matter. Draken. Round has been forfeit. And OG, despite the half buy, have capitalized beautifully on just a few small mistakes coming out from GODSENT.
Yeah, fantastic kills, and Draken really no hope, no chance in winning this round. Could get his hands on an AWP for free. Oh, Dexter just too far away. Can buy it himself. That wasn't a round they were supposed to win. GODSENT, that is a fumbled bag. A rough way to lose a round. You know you've just lost to only pistols. Those Deags are deadly, though. And, you know, look, I tried to highlight Flames coming into this map. I thought he might just thrive, but his importance, you know, his role has still been key in collecting some of these rounds. Seen some of the entries that he's attempted, some of the space he's tried to create. Hasn't always worked out, as you can clearly see. But sometimes you just need the extra body. I don't think they know niko's here, but they start to consider the timing, and I think ZTR just caught a whiff of him on the flank. They know that they're getting flanked out from market, but that's a key kill. niko trying to jump through the market window, but it doesn't help these B players hold their sight. Last round of the half, this has to be contested for 3-on-3, and they've got a flank already en route.
The problem is that because ZTR and company are waiting for the flanker to actually get in position, they're not going to be moving out initially and trying to find the kill. So these are perfect post-plant positions. Dexter is covering off the market doors. You've got one man watching out for apartments as well. ZTR is a dead man, and Joel unlikely to be adding anything to the conversation either. GODSENT's going to be locked out on 3 unless Joel's got something to say about it really damn quick, but his tongue don't move that fast. It is a knife attempt, but Fiku is the one who seals the deal. 12 for OG, looking real good. And looking to close in the second half. We'll be back after a short break. pretty damn dominant coming out of that first half. 12-3, looking like Inferno never even happened. And GODSENT, I don't know who's going to be the hero, but they need a few of them.
Yeah, I went from about as close as can be from Inferno into a very one-sided showing, so hoping that GODSENT can collect their thoughts, their efforts, their morale. Maybe this T-side pistol is exactly what can get that one going. Already some damage being done, and Fiku even finishing off the job. Joel tried to create some room, but ultimately dealt with. Fiku gets one just before he dies, literally milliseconds before, and Dexter as well, creating more room, more chaos on this site. This bomb can go down, at the very least, a little bit of sanctuary, a little bit of sanctity in getting that one, as well as the extra money that it attains, but can they actually find this round? Flames on a flank.
Flames will even be able to push all the way through. Rusty's not going to realize it. So Plopsky, there was a window where Flames could have just chopped down his head. Niko instead will be the one to close the distance. Neofrag the one to close his life out. Rusty fights it back to a one-on-one. Neofrag swinging around the corner. He is the one with the kit. He knows he's got to be patient. Rusty's going to go for the peak. Surely sooner rather than later. And Neofrag can round the corner out, get the kill, and get the defeat. He's had an amazing game, by the way. Between him and Fiku, they've been covering up for any deficiencies Flames has had.
It's cool as well, because I think when they first came into OG, people weren't really sure about how these guys would perform, you know, kind of coming in at very similar timings. This was actually one of the few maps that they looked good on almost instantly. You know, there was a little bit of a trial period in terms of sort of linking them up, especially on CT sides. But Neofrag, I think, definitely impressed early on this map. It was the others in the pool that felt like it needed a bit more sort of refining. So going back to their old tricks, up to their old antics, Flames not finding much of that same form, but the rest of the squad thriving. Still 2 for 2 in the trades in that mid control, and GODSENT conceded. Problem is that they have Neofrag moving through the underpass, and ZTR needs to find this kill. Decent damage, but Neofrag survives. I think he got the dink through the wood wall, so retaining at least a little bit more life. But who's outflanking who? The problem will be for Draken moving through those B apartments with the bomb. Got to be so concerned that Neofrag's still hanging around, but Rusty needs to find this kill to open up this bomb site.
Well, that should be a guaranteed. Fiku, as long as there's not just some sort of intervention from God telling him to look to the side. Rusty will be able to get the frag. Neofrag misses out the jump. And Rusty's going to be able to cover off short in the meanwhile. Remember, Neofrag's quite low, so Dexter might end up being in a 1v2 much quicker than he wanted to. Dexter finds the frag. It's a 1v2, but not quite the way you might have thought it would end up being. Draken has to hit the shot, misses it out, reveals his position as well, and is forced to try and move about, jig it up. As they say, will be peeking over again, but Dexter's there with the trade again. Fantastic long-range stuff, even with the A1.
Yeah, good stuff though as well from Dexter to be clearing short just as Neofrag was about to round that corner. So important that he's able to do that, because you could see Rusty was so prepared for the initial duel. Just not prepared for Draken. Double kills between the two of them. And a clutch once again for OG. Dexter's been good to have in clutch moments, funnily enough.
In every moment, really.
Yeah. Part of the reason they get into some of these clutch rounds in the first place. They've actually fighting from several deficits this game, but it has not prevented them from getting more rounds. Dexter aggro peak off of short. ZTR was not prepared for that fight. Flames as well fighting for his life in middle, and they cannot track him down. Trade was unsuccessful. Plopsky took a lot of damage for his fight, but now punishing Dexter for re-instigating through the mid control. But still a man advantage here for OG, considering the success they had in these earlier fights.
They just could not find the frag out of Flames there. Looked like they should have been able to dismantle it, but no, not at all. Niko's also in a great position right now.
I mean, one of the problems hunting down A1Ss is just fixating on their position. Niko doesn't actually end up finding that kill, so a bomb site could be perused into. It's just, again, it's this bomb and this lurking presence. You know, found the impact over at B the last time, ended up in a post plant, but it's just all about actually flushing out that final player, and Joel right now doesn't know where that A defender is.
I love how Neofrag is playing this. This is perfect. He could be in ramp. That's most likely where he could be. Could be back in CT as well. Just keeping an eye out for a player to push through jungle. Joel knows all of these options, but Neofrag is playing it cool. He's chilling back in Palace, and the re-smoke on top connected will be giving it up. Should there be a gap in the smoke? No, surely not. Neofrag, though, late commitment will be coming out, and as he swings, it's not quite fast enough. Joel will cover it. So again, a 2v1, but this time in favor of GODSENT. Grenade will find nothing. Joel, very annoying smoke to work off of as well.
Trying to fake out like he's bottom side con, and instead Joel will be looking that direction. Fiku can maybe find him, but an absence of time. Plofsky trying to go around the world and get some distance from this site, but Fiku not even playing for the defuse. They've got many other swings at it, and this 1-on-2, he didn't fancy his chances. GODSENT finally break through to a 4th round, but only 10 more like it just to simply tie. Feels like OG are too close to that finish line. Their map pick, you know, that ideally when you go into your map pick, you want to win it. Just wasn't expecting it to be as convincing as it has been. Ancient will be our decider should we get there, and it feels like that is almost a certainty.
Great kill to find initially. Fiku's been a danger man, and when he does still have that rifle, you know he might be able to get a few just with the round on his head.
Rutro. These extended lurks from GODSENT have been able to get away with quite a lot, but this time Joel is punished, and that's a rifle given over to niko. Flames also re-attained the rifle that Fiku tried to utilize earlier on, so this is suddenly a much more reinforced buy. Dexter on a scout as well is not much of a downgrade.
Great kill for Flames to find, though.
Timing's perfect.
Yeah. And the player's still alive on the bomb site. Neofrag, if he gets a shot, no misses it, Rusty. Crucial duel to be winning out. Flames has gotten another in the meanwhile and dropped the bomb as well. Delays it. Grenade is not quite as good as you might think it would be. Rusty still looking pretty healthy. Rusty now also to try and contend with Dexter, but Dexter's gone and found another one in the meanwhile. Feels like everything is just falling apart. Every advantage you get will not matter. Someone's just going to come out and make a play, even tagging up Rusty as he breathes his dying last. Dexter's demise does not come without expense, and that expense is too much for them to cash out on Rusty still. Molotov is there, 5 HP is all he's got to work with as well. Moves back and over. Niko knows he just has to take the peek when the bomb's being planted. The double swing is enough. It gives them 15. GODSENT cannot catch a break.
A forced buy success here from OG. And yeah, it's that should almost be the curtain call. Going to be such an unideal buy now for GODSENT to combat it. Deegs themselves and just haven't been able to see rounds like this succeed for them. Burdened by bad money. And a blistering performance from OG. They'll be sore in the morning. ZTR almost taken out just by nades alone on a 20 HP.
Shoot, repeats that over. Neofrag was hoping to capitalize on any native players, but doesn't even allow a shot, so Rusty will at least give them an advantage, one that is only really figurative in nature.
Yeah, not uncommon for players to go for a peek or a pick off of a ramp and then fall back afterwards, so that's why he was trying to take that space. Rusty tanking a nade, so more players weaken the knees, but this is unconfirmed damage for OG.
Problem is, Venture's in a great position. Good for one. Can he make it two? Yes, of course he can. Flash is not there to cover him off. Joel, the trade that is quickly turned on its head as well. And ZTR is a dead man walking. So little to actually offer up to the round now. It would have to be a hero's effort. But maybe it's his time to put on a cape and get to business. Fiku Coming in on the rotation, Will has spotted out his hips, and right as ZTR gets aggressive on top of triple, it will be OG to clean out and get to 16 initially. Fantastic game coming through from them, really just showing GODSENT exactly what they're made of.
Yeah, really clean stuff as well. I think when we saw them previously against NIP, it was a bit more chaotic. Sometimes the setups broke down, and sure, they were caught off by lurking pressure very frequently.